you seem to be getting pretty good at Daytona. Is this the last time we're going to see you here?
No, my first run here, actually, got to follow Tony Stewart all the way up through the pack, was good. I finished 10th across the grass backwards. Had a 13th place here, following Hosever the last time we raced trucks, and then obviously the 11th was kind of a catastrophe, but it was a wild melee. It's so much fun. We kept the truck in really good condition considering all the stuff that was going around us, but I think we played it too safe. We had such a great truck. I was just trying to keep it in the lead draft, which is tough to stay in the lead draft, but not in the lead draft. But yeah, then we had, once it's 10 laps to go, really everyone kind of held it together. And there was people every time I'm fourth, every truck is sideways. And I'm like, oh, here it comes. And then, only twice.
I know you guys are going back and forth about staying out, trying to make some laps, and then,
so I knew we didn't have enough gas to make it to the end, but I also knew that we had a good handling truck, and there was probably going to be a caution. So we ended up stopping for gas anyway later. It would have been cool to just dice it up front. We probably would have crashed, but I don't know. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, but it's good. Ben Mayer's going to be running the 42 here in a couple weeks, and that 42 was a great truck, still in really good condition. I did brush up against the wall one time, but I couldn't see where the wall was. There was so much smoke that was coming through.
So how'd you balance dropping all the days of Thunderclubs with gaining knowledge for the next time you do something like this?
Yeah, I was bouncing back between Days of Thunder and Talladega Nights. I figured if I hit the pace car, probably wouldn't be good, and I don't think my crew was eating ice cream, but I had a doggone good time. I just really wish that Cletus, so I didn't have my radio turned up loud enough, and I couldn't hear at the beginning, and I was like, I just don't trust if there's something checking up. So I went back. I never got to shake and bake the Cleater. So that was extremely disappointing, actually. And then we would have stayed together. He is actually a hell of a wheelman, despite I almost lost it too. First time coming up four, when you're in the pack, there's not as much wind, and all of a sudden you're just sideways. So it catches you off guard for sure.
How does the truck compare to the Xfinity car and the Cup car here?
Truck's the most fun, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing like the Daytona 500. Like in all racing anywhere in the world, anything I've done, that's the single biggest event. But truck racing, as soon as you're in the draft, that thing's moving and sliding. And it doesn't look like that on TV. It looks like everyone's driving around. Holy cow. From my point of view, we're moving. And that's something that you don't get in the Cup car now. It's they say a better race car, but it's less movement until it's just, you're up 2 lanes.
You did a good job dodging that wreck in turn 4. What did you see there?
Nothing but smoke. I was listening to it. Well, not the smoke, but I was listening to my spotter, and TJ, he was like, stay against the wall, and I was just fine. And then I hit the wall. I was like, okay, it's not that close. But yeah, it was good. The car's in good shape.
So I know, obviously, you said it a couple times, seeing Carson go past 3 in the draft, throwing the horns to you. Does that just catch you off guard?
No, nothing surprised me about these top NASCAR drivers. And watching Carson when you watch on TV, he's always really aggressive, but he's actually he's having a lot of fun. And it was just for him to spot which car I was, and while he's 3 wide, literally he's passing me coming off of 4, the sketchiest part of the whole thing, and then he spun twice, so maybe I'm assuming it was a flat tire that went down, but he goes, man, and every time I spotted, it was like, clear up, and I go, he said, not now. I'm like, okay, and Carson, if there was a spot, it could be an inch, and he just trusts the spotter, and that's where the experience really comes in, that I need to just, if they say now, it's not a half car length from now, it is right now, feel that gap.